We are watching the Russian Protoss SKillous. Why is this exciting though? Because the invasion of America is being completed by this man up here. That's right, one of the best Zergs in the entire world. Of course, he is an absolute champion, and in fact, his last year's world champion, Dark. First time we've seen Dark play it in the NA Weekly. Comes on down. He was hiding that drone for a while, and he blocks the Nexus with a hatchery. SKillous forced to pull down probes. Building a Zealot as well. Forced to that second pylon. This is a 3-hatch build, guys. Now, one of the best ways you can counter this, and the way Parting would, is he would have built a Forge, and he would be cannon rushing you right now, and you would have no play against it because you've only got a spawning pool starting now. This is such a greedy opening that because it's blocking your opponent's expansion, getting them to pull probes like this, if they don't go and do anything to you on the other side of the map, it's really bad for SKillous. SKillous, knowing the hatchery timing, he should realize that this is actually so delayed. Needs to send that probe back down to get that Nexus up, SKillous. Uh-oh. I think SKillous is not very familiar with playing against this. You'd think he would be. You know, plays against Bly a fair bit over there on the EU ladder, but Dark here is even doing what Protoss players do, where he's actually stealing the minerals. He's occupying this patch, making it difficult for SKillous to mine. Takes his own third hatchery behind this. Like, oh my god, you greedy piece of crap. 4 hatcheries start before his second queen even goes down. Now, he does supply block himself a bit. Bit of a creative, kind of scrappy build order from Dark. But a very annoying start for SKillous. He's having to deal with a big amount of disruption. Does put down the Stargate. And he might be able to kill that drone, but nah, drone's going to see it, dude. Dark has all the preparation time in the world. He sees that Stargate. There is an Adepted Zealot here that can be a little annoying. He's going to try and go... Oh, a shield battery there. I don't know. I don't know about this. Oh. 2 Adepts and a Zealot. I guess it could be really effective, right? Just got to fight there, and he's going to force a ton of Zerglings out. Oh, this could actually be really good. Man, I have a whole bunch of hot chips there. I didn't quite finish my lunch before this game. And I was like, it's cool. I'll just eat them during the first 2 minutes when the game's nice and slow. Wrong, pig. Wrong. No chance to do that, mate. He's already forced a ton of Zerglings out, and he's seen these. SKillous needs to be a bit more conservative, I think. Stay near the shield batteries. It's good that he's forced so many Zerglings out, and Dark is continuing to commit. I think at this point, you actually need to be... Excuse me, guys. You need to be prepared to recall. Oh, he's going to go for it. He actually goes after some drones, but remember, they're both playing with quite a bit of latency. That's what happens when you invade America. You get handicapped a little bit there. 3 drones go down. The Zealot's going to try and fight with these shield batteries, but Zerglings and Queens should have an easy cleanup now. I love that this probe chased that drone across the entire map. Decides, okay, probably not the best idea. Zealot's going to take out as many Zerglings as he can. 4 kills. Can't quite get a 5th. Nice hold by Dark. But Oracles are coming across the map, and only at 21 drones is Dark, so I actually think Dark massively overcommitted. I think he was like, oh, he's going all in. He doesn't realize, like, no, this was just a bit of pressure. It was a creative pressure, but he didn't overcommit to it. He took out a few drones as well. The Oracle now comes into the main base. Spore's not quite ready, and he's going to lose 2 drones. Oracle gets into the back, nice and healthy. Oracle there as well. Your Zerglings ain't going to be able to bust that wall. That Oracle's got plenty of energy to chase you back for now. I think he's going to recall the other Oracle that has a bit more energy backed up on it as well. Actually taking the third base, a little bit of a conundrum for SKillous right now, as he's only on 2 gates and a robo. In fact, one of those gateways is still not finished. But the Oracle's staying at home, a 3rd Oracle on the way. This is a good way of just slowly defending. This does, of course, give Dark the freedom to hold down the drone key as much as he can, but he's behind in workers for an extended period now. Obviously, having 3 hatcheries up, it's kind of like his production is a bit ahead. Ooh, where are those Oracles? Where are those Oracles? That's out of overcharge range, guys. For those of you who don't know, I think that shield battery is just out of overcharge range up there. Needs to be very close to the Nexus, so a little bit worrisome. Does come back with the Oracles for now. He's going to move out slowly to take that 3rd base. And a very careful 3rd Nexus for SKillous. A good way to do it. I would really like to see him go across the map with 2 Oracles. Just leave 1 at home. But it's a lot of Zerglings. Holy crap. Still 25 Zerglings on the front. Oracles turn on their laser beams. Take out a couple of those Lings. And it's kind of working out okay for Dark now. Has recovered to 50 workers. Up against the 45 of Protoss. Protoss's Forge is on the way. Where is the Twilight? It's already finished up in the main, not being used just yet. Those Oracle's going to start looking for some more damage. They are going to dive on in. The weak one is in the front. Quickly shuffles it to the back line. 3 drones, though. Very nice. Yeah. It kind of felt like, oh man, is Dark actually just going to get a sick worker lead in this game? Because he shouldn't be able to after the start that he's had. Oh, the shield battery being microed nicely on the gateway. The Cybercore is still very weak. But Oracle's still got plenty of energy. Those Lings not finding that much. And if those Oracles can just keep finding a couple more workers here and there, maybe a stasis trap, while probing the third base, I think SKillous is in a good spot. He's building a Void Ray right now to make sure he can shut down this Overseer. So this Overseer is going to morph. It's going to come and try to fly over the Stargate. It will be greeted by that. Oracles come back in. They don't really get anything done. The drones will pull back very quickly. But great vision here for SKillous. SKillous has an Observer in the middle. Oracles floating around. Dark, of course, trying to get up to that 3-base economy right now. Just making roaches and adds a Hydra Den behind this. But that's actually in vision. SKillous can see that Hydra Den. Probably didn't click it in time, though. It just wore off. Sentries and Adepts in the open here. Oracles. Ooh. Kill it. Kill. You know you want to. Queens are up in the main. They can't get down to defend this. They can shoot from that side, but the Oracles can just shuffle. Shuffle. Oh, he loses one. He still might be able to get that before it goes down. Meanwhile, though, what the hell? Where did they come from? Lings running the main base. They get 4 probes. Can they get a 5th or a 6th? Yes, they can. Easy peasy. Oracles do take out the 4th hatchery, but he loses 6 probes behind it. Both players taking stabs at each other and landing. That delay on the 4th base, very important. Keeping Dark pinned back to just an effective 66 workers forces him to stay on Hydras for much longer. And I wonder how quick Storm comes in here for SKillous. You know, SKillous looks like he wants to do a similar push to what he did earlier, a kind of Zealot Arc on Immortal Poke. 17 Hydras with Groove Spines on the way. I don't know, dude. I think that upgrade's going to kick in just in time. And I think 17 range Hydras are going to shit on this army. I actually think SKillous needs to go for Storm right now. He's moving out to a 4th base. He's got a really good setup. He's making some Archons. I think with this push, if he can snipe the 4th, that'll be amazing. But if he commits any more than that, he's going to be in big trouble. Mass Dropper Lords being made. Dark wants to do just a Roach Hydra all in. He's just going to do a huge drop in the main base. You don't want to lose any units here as SKillous. Good force field so far, but an even better pullback. Loses an Observer. He could lose some Archons as well. Ooh, there's not many force fields left right now. Oh, this is actually not a good situation, though, for Dark. Yeah, if he pushes down the ramp too far, he could take a very awkward angle. More Roaches, more Hydras. Dark is up on 74 workers. He's ready to do those drops as soon as he can push SKillous back. SKillous is going to go home now, and that's a good choice. He's kind of hanging out, threatening. He's building more Immortals, but remember, only one at a time. So if he ever loses his Immortals, he can't replenish them. Storm finally starts. Hot damn, the discipline on that man. I would have been rushing Storm ages ago against this many Hydras. SKillous a much better player than me. Much better. Nice distraction. Zealots in the main base. He's also got Zealots running in on the right that are going to focus down some drones. He could focus a few more drones with these Zealots. That would be fantastic. And that's exactly what he starts going for. Now, there is a Dropper Lord pack moving down the other side, but look at the focus fire. These Zealots, man, he's trying to transfuse drones right now because he's taking so many losses. Lots of mining time. Main in disarray, 3rd in disarray. Prism is still waiting in the back, ready for another wave. Dark is re-droning up to above 70, but he's got a trade now. So for Dark, it's all about, can I surprise my opponent? Now, SKillous has no idea this is coming, and he's only thinking about the front right now. And that's a big problem for him, because I think he's going to miss this army. And if they unload in the main, what do we got up there? 3 gates, a Twilight, the Fleet Beacon is going down there. Not too much infrastructure. A lot of it's kind of spread across his bases, so it's not all in one area. But SKillous has really got to be careful here. If only the Void Ray was over there. Looking for it, man. See what Dark can open up. He's going to try and branch down the left. There's a lot of cannons over there in High Templar, so I don't know if he'll be able to really find anything. But this is the big swing. Massive drop in the main, a very quick recall, though. I think that's a lot of Storm that got recalled as well, which is fantastic for dealing with this. Big, juicy Storms to start things out. Oh, the 3rd Storm wasted, though, and there's not that many units left, but it is enough. There are Zealots that just went in and got killed. One big Storm. High Templar need to pull back, pull back. Meanwhile, Void Ray does shut down 2 of those Overlords. Oh, juicy Storm over here. And a nice Revelation. SKillous here monitoring this 4-base defense fantastically. 4 cannons and a battery up there as well. Just needs to keep spreading these units out. Leaves a few Stalkers and Zealots in the main, and then has High Templar spread around the fronts. Just Roach Hydra for Dark. I mean, Dark is going to build 11 more Workers because he's like, damn, I couldn't finish the game. I have to go Lurkers now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a second Evolution Chamber go down. Obviously, the Hive is on the way. He's going to have to play the Hydra Lurker late game. And this one could go for a very long time. SKillous, of course, is already going Carriers. Holy shit, that's a fast Carrier transition. Now, Vipers could come out early for Dark, and if he grabs a few of the early carriers, that'll be great. If that doesn't happen, I'm actually really worried that this 3 Stargate carrier transition just knocks him out. Like, I feel like there'll be a 9 carrier timing that could be really effective. Nice little Hydra drop on the right, gets 2 probes, but at the same time, a Zealot drop in the main base comes in, gets 3 workers, saves some of those Zealots, actually shuffles one into the natural. Look at that, the way he just shift clicks. So he says, you attack that drone, then that drone. Nicely done, man. These Zealots just picking off workers where they can. A great way of trading off minerals with the Zerg. The Zerg usually has a bit more of an abundance of the gas, I would say, compared to the Protoss. But once Vipers and Lurkers start, that could turn around. So every resource is valuable. Just shoving a few chips in me mouth, guys, before they go completely cold, as this game is never going to end. Just remember, guys, this is game 1. And it's action-packed. Zealot on the left comes in. Now, a Lurker and Spine's pretty good defense, but Protoss can actually trade efficiently with this. You go in there with 5 Zealots, and you just shift-click the drones. They actually will trade out reasonably efficiently. At least evenly, usually, until there's a lot of Spines on the base. So as much as this will defend Zealots, it won't actually keep all the workers alive if the Protoss micros correctly. Now remember, guys, those carriers are out. It's been spotted. Vipers are on the way. He's trying to get pathogen glands for infestors. He's trying to trade his roaches off. He's forgotten roach speed, has he? No, they're just roaches are always that slow. Even with roach speed. Archon's Immortal Storm coming forward. The Lurkers do come up. Oh, they've got a pretty good angle. But some juicy storms. Oh, his Archons and Interceptors actually getting stormed, though. I think he may be pushing in a bit too hard. Who knows? The Interceptors, though, doing pretty well, man. The Hydras do okay. They can't really chase you down, though. So that's the problem. Even if they take out all the Interceptors and you're like, oh, Zerg's winning this fight, it's pretty good for him. Interceptors are so cheap to replenish as long as you don't lose your carriers. And he's up to 6 carriers now. These roaches are going to try to run in, but there's walls of cannons everywhere unless they can kind of get past these. And look at that. Even a Psystorm. Yeah, I mean, he tries to take out the High Templar. Can't quite get it. Roaches are trying to get in here. A couple roaches will find their way into the mineral lines. Meanwhile, though, rotating, the spores aren't ready. Fighting this with Hydras is an absolute nightmare. There's so much storm in there. You want to clump up so you can kill the Interceptors before they do much damage, but then you present a target for Storm. Whenever you do that, there's still a Prism in the back, which could do a drop in the main to great effect. The way he's rotating, this is masterful play by SKillous. Now, a few Zealots are going to go try and clean up these roaches, but they're doing an amazing job. A few more Zealots do warp in. These roaches are finally going to get cleaned up, but not before creating a big nuisance. 2-1 upgrades, of course, for the Protoss. Here we go. He's going to go in one more time. The Hydra's trying to hide behind. Can some Abducts get off? Oh, grabs 2 carriers. Can he storm, though? If his High Templar went forward there, he could have stormed that pretty bad, and actually does end up getting it. But that's only 2 carriers, and I still think this is, like, okay, because you're at 7 carriers, you're building them 4 at a time, plus 3 air weapons is on the way right now, and I still think this is an incredibly fragile situation because Dark doesn't really have a great work account, and that's a huge problem. So for those who are wondering, how do you do this as Dark? All you're trying to do is survive, Vipers to abduct carriers, enough Hydras plus Spore Crawlers to overwhelm the Interceptors, and enough Lurkers to hold back the ground units and zone out things like Storm so that your Hydras don't just get destroyed by the spell damage. The problem is he doesn't have enough Spore Crawlers to cover every front, and he doesn't have enough drones or mineral map bank, only at 70 workers. He's already had his vision pushed back by losing all that creep. He's trying to respread a bit here. The problem is he can't cover. Right now there's no spores here or up there. There's a few out front. He's trying to kind of create some space for himself. But there's multiple areas where there's no defense against Zealot run-bys. Up here, only 1 Lurker. Over here, nothing but a Spine. I think it looks like the prism went down in the back. Indeed it did. Must have been abducted. We've got Tempest coming in for SKillous, but I think SKillous is slowing things down far more than he should. I think SKillous is doing a good job of playing the slow game, but in fact, he's actually got momentum, and the fact that he's not attacking, this gives so much time for Dark. Right now, Dark does not have Corruptors. He's adding some Infestors, which are going to help him out, but until they're here, how is he possibly meant to fight against 10 carriers launching Interceptors, especially with the +3 about to kick in? I don't think he can. If they come forward and the High Templar defend them from getting abducted, he should win this game. But right now, he's a bit far forward. Nice revelation, does land on all of the Vipers there. Another Roach run by comes on in. He's going to take out a couple of probes. Not a big deal. I don't think that SKillous really cares too much. Those Immortals should probably go for a run by after this. And, oh, High Templar. No, can't kill that, buddy. High Templar storms. Here we go. Yeah, nice push forward on the front. And High Templar coming forward. He actually is using Microbial Shroud. Oh my god, Dark. That's kind of amazing. I love it. All right, he's going to use Microbial Shroud to stop those carriers from ever pushing through. The Tempest can still pick away from afar. For those who don't know, Microbial Shroud, it's kind of like a Dark Swarm spell, but it only reduces half of air to ground damage. That's it. So it only lowers the Tempest carrier damage. Doesn't affect Oracles as they do spell damage. Oh. Infestors looking for Fungals on the High Templar. If you can chain a few Fungals in a row, you can take those High Templar out. It's going to be hard for Dark to keep this base alive. I'd love to see SKillous work a probe around this side of the map and start setting cannons and batteries up there, because I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that he wins this side of the map. Just got to watch out for these abducts. Oh, oh, oh. Oh! Does land one big one. Oh, a juicy Storm, but Storm doesn't really kill the units. It just damages everything. And 3 of his Tempests go down. Now, how many Tempests does he have left? Only 1. Was that too much energy that got spent, though? I still think in the movement, as you rotate around and you fight where there's a few less spores and they're not really sieged up, can be amazing. But, oh, Nidus Worm! He's going to try and just play pure Turtle into big Nidus in the main. Oh, SKillous does not realize. SKillous has not realized, and he might lose the game. Look at that. All the Hydras have hopped back in, as have a bunch of Lurkers. He's going to pop a whole bunch of units out of the main. Another Nidus going down in case that one gets sniped. And look at that, Microbial Shroud Hydra is doing really good here. A Viper does take a bit of damage. Not too bad. Tempest coming out. They're going to very slowly try and work on this, but damn, this is a big problem right now for SKillous. Oh, the Vipers accidentally run forward. Dark, infamous for throwing away his Vipers. He is one of the messiest players when it comes to controlling his Vipers in the late game. Oh, double Immortals going to snipe that hatchery up there. The carriers recall and shut this down. He said, get out of my base, you dickhead. But Dark answers. He says, well, you're going to recall all your carriers? Guess what? I can jump on this base. SKillous says, nah, I forgot to say the magic word, mate. Mass Carrier is here to play. Get the fudge out of my territory. Recalls home, then recalls to the front. Let's look at Dark's vision. Does Dark have a spotter in that main? He does not. He cannot see the main base. He's lost his 5th. That's denied by a stasis. And Dark here does not have a huge bank or anything. He's trying to make Ultras. Now, for those wondering, Ultras tank very well versus Tempests and Carriers. They have a lot of armor. And Interceptors, of course, have double attacks. Sorry for the bad observing, guys. Double attacks equals double armor modifier. So if you do 2 8 damage attacks, and they get, I think it's 7 armor or 6 armor on max with the Ultralisk, something obscene. It's basically your Interceptors just don't kill them. So what you can do is you can run an Ultra in front. All the Interceptors attack it, and then as the Interceptors stack on that Ultra, you throw a Fungal, and then you throw a few Fungals in a row, you kill all their Interceptors. So that creates a bit of a trap, not to mention the fact that Ultras can run underneath and kill the High Templar. Dark with a heroic fungal chain. A Chungal Feign. a Chungal Feign maneuver there from Dark. Pulls back into the Microbial Shroud here. SKillous is like, F you, man. You can't do this. Oh, another Microbial Shroud goes down. The Hydras and the Spores are taking a lot of damage. Oh, he does a Neural. I don't know. Even with the Microbial Shroud, I think maybe this is still enough for SKillous. There's just so few things that shoot up. He's trying to swap with the carriers right now. High Templar underneath. They're all going to have Storm Energy in a few seconds. Microbial Shroud's out. He throws down one more Microbial Shroud in these Spores. It's very effective, man. Very effective Microbial Shroud. Cool to see it used in this scenario. I mean, I feel like it's like a backup plan because you really don't want to be using Hydras and Spores as your main anti-carrier. But this is a cool way of making this situation even more unbreakable and difficult for the Protoss to get through. Now that most of the spores are gone, though, I worry that it's just going to be a battering ram of Protoss that will eventually take this base down. In terms of units lost, you can see that Protoss is ahead about 6,000 resources. And right now, Protoss is getting one of the middle maps. If he can mine this out, by the way, he really should be fully mining those minerals. He should be transferring workers off his safer bases, save the minerals back there, mine out the front bases. And I really still think he should be sending a probe up here to get more cannons and batteries on the right, just to get set up for that. But I guess he doesn't want to do it until it's time to move there. For now, he's like, hey, if I deny this base, there's still 1,500 gas there that hasn't been mined. There's a whole lot of minerals. If I get rid of that, that's going to be good for me. One Corruptor goes down. The High Templar zoning. Unafraid right now, but Dark says, oi, watch yourself. Check yourself before you deck yourself, mate. Does land a fungal, but straight back to the shield batteries. Two of the Infestors did get feedback there. There's an Archon and the Immortal up here. They're going to get their dicks kicked in. The Hydra Overseer comes forward, kills the Observer, and those units are going to get taken out. A couple of Abducts on the other side while he's distracted. Nicely done there. Revelation goes down, and I think this is the jump on it. I think it's time to jump on it. How many Corruptors are there? 18? Not many Void Rays out, so it's kind of scary. You know, you're so reliant on Storm. If you had a few Archons in here, it would help give you a bit of extra play. There's Hydras on the right that are denying any potential expand there. This base goes down though. Does SKillous just stay here and take this base, I wonder? Or does he now rotate to the right-hand side? I personally would love to see him keep nipping the creep off and rotate to the right-hand side. I think that would be awesome. But he might want to just stay in this position where he can just create a cannon penis and just send that across the map forward from here. And just kind of, you just build this protrusion into the Zerg territory, you know? Right now, this creep schlong over here is the one area Dark would like to keep control of so that he can have the middle of the map. But it's really difficult on Death Aura to control that. Chat has voted. It's called a Chungal, guys. If you chain a fungal, it's called a Chungal. Correction, thank you guys. I appreciate that. We'll call the next one a Chungal. He's going to look for it again. He's looking for the Chungal on these High Templar. Just goes for the Neural. Oh my god, though. I think they all got taken out, but the Corruptors are on top of these units. Parasitic Bomb lands. Oh my god, he needs a few more Storms, but he's out of Storms. They all got killed by the Lurkers, mate. Oh no, his carrier's taking big damage, but a few Void Rays come forward. A lot of these units take damage. How many actually went down, though? The Corruptors pull back. I feel like he didn't lose that many Corruptors. He's only lost 18 in this game. I think that was an okay fight for Dark, but I look at the units lost tab and it says, nah, mate. There's still 6 carriers alive. This is still an incredibly scary situation for Dark. And whenever he gets caught like that, a big trade, he's out of energy. He's got 2 empty Infestors and nothing else. And this is the moment. Oh, okay, he can do Microbial Shroud, I guess. He does a Fungal. He's going to go for a big fight. Is it enough? I actually think it isn't. Without Microbial Shroud, it's mostly Hydras here. The Corruptors are getting toasted. The Lurkers don't really matter. And SKillous takes map 1 versus Dark. Ooh, very nice play. I love the double shield battery on the 3rd. I do think Dark way overcommitted to that. That was awesome. I've got a few cold chippies left. Let's eat those while we wait for that final, that next map. Oh, I didn't realize they were already up to parting Cham. So that means we did stack on the same lobby. That's my bad. Game 2. SKillous had 4K, 5K, build something, says Xenon. I appreciate your passion, Xenon. Think he was a little busy, though. Build something! Pro Gamer! You're only at 192 supply! Pro Gamer! Oh shit, Con.
You can't run from the jungle.
Thank you so much, mate, for that 100-bit cheer. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. Let's go. Damn, I cannot believe it, guys. He is up 1 game. Isn't this just truly the greatest thing ever? We have a young Russian 18-year-old boy who is defending America from the great invasion of the Koreans. If this isn't the most NA EPT Weekly thing ever, then I don't know what is. Down here at the bottom right, can he close out the series? It is SKillous. And up here in the top left-hand side, the 2019 World Champion. An absolute monster. He is dark. Remember, guys, this is the player who won... was it called Thundershaft or some shit? Was it Thunder... What was that map? Thunder Nest? Thundershaft? Fuck, I can't. I know these aren't the map name, but I can't. Thunder something. Whatever that map was, he beat Raynor in the World Finals last year, did Dark, with Nidus Swarm Host. That's not a Zerg vs. Zerg strategy. And he did it. He did it. Do you want to chop? You don't know what chips are? Yeah, chips are fries, man. Chips are fries, man. Like we call what British people would call crisps. Those are also chips, but these are like hot chips. There's like hot chips and cold chips, but we just call them chips. You know, you just kind of know what you want. You know, cold chips, hot chips, good stuff, man. Thank you, Will Forever, with the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Pigstarcraft. This one's opening up a little more standard. Quick third for Dark, but it's like a 20 supply quick third. So this is just the classic build from early Legacy of the Void. A lot of players still love it. You'll see the first queen pops out at the natural. Probably going to build... Oh, he's skipping even a single pair of Zerglings. Pulls off at 100, leaves 1 worker on gas, starts Ling speed. Is then going to drone to 25 supply, build an Overlord, and then a second queen. Actually, people have been doing second queen before Overlord lately. But I'm pretty sure we're not going to see another drone. Notice the minerals are banking up. And it is... Oh, Dark still does it the way he did in 2016. Awesome. Overlord... And then he builds 1 more drone after that. And 150 minerals. Ooh, he builds another drone, actually. So he's going to wait. He's going to drone right up. Then builds a pair of Zerglings. And then Queen on 28. Ah, okay, cool. Creep Tumor immediately on the natural. With this build order, you don't need your lava injects as much because you've got that really quick third base producing lava. And you're trying to both get money for that and make Zergling speed at a decent time. And we can see a few more Zerglings coming out now as well. His only vision on the map, of course, is this one Overlord here and his Overlord on the other side. The Adept there, it went for the lava for a second, but Dark quickly turned that lava into an egg. For those who don't know, eggs have 20 armor, whereas that was not even taking 1 damage a shot. That was weird. Whereas lava only have 10. So Adepts can kill lava, Hellions as well, those bonus to light units. No way they can kill an egg, and an egg also has infinitely more hit points, right? A lava's like, what, 20 hit points? 25. Ooh! Oh, he goes for a surround on the map. Dark. Oh. Catches that one. Other Adept. Cancel the shade. Cancel the shade. He does, but he's not in a nook. Oh, he's going to recall. He'll get out. The Zerglings have a bit of bitey bite, but they do not manage to kill him. Nice thick choke point. Very safe there for Skillous. Is, of course, going for Stargates behind this. A Void Ray is already out. That Void's going to sneak its way across the map here. No, he's just looking for Overlords around his base, but there's nothing to be found. Of course, the Void Ray already did kill the Overlord that scouted. Dark saw the Stargate with that Overlord sacrifice. Probe wants to take a third base here. Does Dark cancel it? Does he look for a snipe? Don't think so. Much quicker lair this game for Dark. So I think Dark in this scenario would love an excuse to go straight Hydra Bane. If he can get up to Hydras or Roach Hydra, but starting with the Hydras, I feel like if he gets a chance to go straight up to Hydras, he's going to be very happy now. The Korean Zergs are the best at this. Whenever the Protoss players get a bit too defensively focused, a bit too focused on building air units, in this case 2 Stargates, the Zergs in Korea, part of the reason they get all in so much by the Protoss players is they, at the slightest sign of greed from the Protoss, will take any excuse to do that. Oh, hot damn. Jam the man. I would like a peanut butter and jam sandwich. That's only for the Aussies and the Brits. Americans are like, what's a jam sandwich? Here we don't have peanut butter and jelly, mate. We have peanut butter and jam. That's what we eat. That's why it works. That's awesome for Cham, though. Big result over there on the other side of the bracket. I really thought we were going to see Parting up against Dark in the grand finals, but looks like that timeline has been stopped, which is a real shame. Because there's a lot of very good Korean Zergs in this bracket. There's like Armani, Sola on the other side, which means a good chance of a ZVZ finals. That being said, if Dark goes to the finals, then still be a very good ZVZ. This is a Ling Queen Nidus, by the way, guys. That is a ridiculous number of Zerglings. The Void Rays, they see the Nidus, but it's too late. It's too late. Ah, there's 7 queens about to pop out. Okay, the Void Rays need to back off. Ooh, and you know what? He's going to bring drones, I think. Does he bring drones? Where's his Nidus? I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to build some Spore Crawlers up here as well. Mass Zerglings coming in. Oh, there's just not enough Voids, man. Not yet. So he's going to pull back from the 3rd Nexus for now. The Adepts will do okay versus the Zerglings. The Void Rays and the Oracles need to try and overwhelm the Queens, but the Transfusers are solid. And if these batteries can finish, he's okay. I think that's the only pylon powering them right now. Wow, this is actually a great pullback. I think he's held it. Now he gets his shields all topped up. Those Void Rays can't die now. As long as he gets in shield battery range, especially with an overcharge, which is almost ready, yeah, he's fine. His Void Rays can overwhelm. Oh, this is so sick. And oh my god. This is actually insane. They really want me to cast the upper side of this, but I am mid-series right now. They're gonna have to wait, unfortunately. I apologize for that. Was sorted after this game. The Void Rays are holding strong, but the Spores are here now. Ooh, those Spores adding some damage. The battery overcharge is good, but the Zerglings are actually doing so much damage. Oh, dude, this Queen count now with the Spores saving it. Oh, I mean, Spores do go down very quickly, but look at that focus fire from the Queens. Oh my god, is this actually gonna work? Is he gonna overwhelm mass Void Rays with Queens? Even through mass shield battery? Oh my god, I think SKillous needed to keep pulling back from this. This is insane. I can't believe it. Dark. I mean, honestly, SKillous could still give this up and be okay. There's still, oh, the shield batteries are out of juice. It's too long. It's too long until shield battery overcharge comes back. The Zealots are starting to do some sick damage, though. Actually, the ground army has grown to such a point. There is a Nidus in the main base. Oh, he needs to send the Void Rays to deal with that. He needs to send the Void Rays to deal with that. Ground army, stay down here. Void Rays! Pismatic alignment takes him down. Too many units going to the main base now, though. And these Queens still pushing on the front. Dark here is trying to bowl him over with raw, manly power. But SKillous says, get out of here, you cheeky bastard. My 2-star Void Ray shits all over this, mate. The Zealot Adept comes forward. I think he might be able to just go forward and A-move these Queens, but it's a big chunk of raw range damage, which can be difficult to deal with. Another Nidus goes down. The Void Rays. Oh, the Void Rays are in range of the Queens. Watch out, buddy. SKillous. He loses 2 of his Chads. Oh no, only a single alpha of Chads remains. He's got a lot of Zealots, but they don't have upgrades. I really think SKillous just needs to man mode and fight, but there's such a crazy number of Zerglings. And whenever he goes up and engages the Queens, the Lings will get a wraparound. He's still up a lot of workers as SKillous. He's trying to build more Void Rays. He's trying desperately to get charge. He's got how many gateways? 8 gateways up behind this, though. With 3 bases mining, I don't think there's anything to do. I think a few Adepts and Stalkers, rather than just slow Zealots, would be amazing right now. Those Zealots are doing so much damage. Another Nidus Worm in the main, but SKillous has got this. SKillous is about to 2-0 Dark. I think this is a massive, massive hold. He can do a charged Zealot counterattack. What could Dark possibly do against it? Dark just went all in off pure Queen Zergling. I was talking about rushing Hydras. He's got 14 Queens and nothing else, mate. You can't deal with a charged Zealot all in with that. You got 2 Creep Tumors. Good on you. I don't think it matters. I think you're dead, mate. If SKillous just immediately takes a 4th and counterattacks with Charge Archon, I don't know what you can do here as Dark. He's both barely equal in economy against the player who's got a whole posse of Chad Rays. He's got Zealot Archon. I mean, there's nothing but Queen Zergling. He's trying to get roaches to survive. This 4th base at the very least should be dead. Problem for SKillous is he doesn't have a Warp Prism, so he feels like there's a missing piece. And as a Protoss player, he's like, man, I don't want to push without that Warp Prism, but now check it out. The Creep Tumor here, giving some cheeky vision, does allow the Nidus, and that's just as he's pushing across. Now, that could cause problems on this base. There is a cannon with 6 shield batteries, which will give a bit of cover for it. Kind of depends what's going to come out of there. Just 3 roaches won't cut the mustard. Zealots, Archons, Void Rays coming forward here. Oh my god. Dark realizes how dangerous this is. His queens are just getting blitzed. Mega chain of transfusers on the front queens, but they die anyway. There is way too much damage from this Zealot Archon. I think he's going to overwhelm. There's still a few Zealots left, and he's already through to the back line of the Hydras. That is all he needed. The Warp Prism's coming across behind this. He's got more Zealots coming in from the top right as well. The drones being forced off the line. Yes, an Archon falls. It looks like the Void Rays may fall, but not until all the Hydras are gone. SKillous with the 2-0. He says, oh, I'm sorry. Are you trying to invade America, my home country? Not yet. Not yet. I'll beat you with my Protoss units. That's not a Russian accent, Pig. SKillous does not sound like that at all. I apologize. Well played, SKillous, you absolute mad lad. 2-0 over Dark. Oh my. Hot diddly damn. Hot diddly damn. GG, well played. That was an amazing game, an amazing series, and absolutely legendary. Woo! Well played, SKillous. You just took down Dark 2-0. GG, well played. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the follow button. Goodbye and good night.